So this morning, I saw a news conference that President Trump gave yesterday, in which he said that you could overcome the risk of getting the coronavirus if you got a shot of Lysol into your blood. What? And there was actually someone in New York that tried it and got sent to the ER, therefore further increasing his own ability to get the coronavirus, which didn't make much sense to me. But there are people around the US that trust President Trump in what he says, which is natural, right? And that brings us to our question. With coronavirus concerns everywhere, what will the presidential election look like? And our question today is COVID-19 the only issue on the presidential ballot? And my answer today is yes, pretty much. I know a lot of people are going to say no because so many things have happened since 2016. But if you look at what's happening right now and what is in Americans' minds right now, COVID-19 is really the only thing that will be on the presidential ballot in 2020. For three reasons. First of all, the national government with President Trump at the head is not taking initiative to alleviate the crisis. They're waiting for the citizens to complain or the states to ask for help, which is not what a federal government should do. The second reason, President Trump had a carefree attitude toward COVID-19 until about a month ago, giving Democratic governors and Vice President Joe Biden a chance to unite the Democratic Party to fight against the Republican presidential campaign. And third, in addition to my second point, President Trump's inconsistencies in COVID-19 policies has largely divided the Republican Party. He's talked about GOP governors not doing their jobs. He has largely disagreed with his own cabinet members, his own GOP cabinet members. And that has largely divided the GOP front. So the first reason why that will be COVID-19 will be the only issue on the presidential ballot is that the national government, with President Trump at the head, is not taking initiative to alleviate the crisis. And with everything on the news, the American people are just seeing more and more about the non-initiative Trump is taking. According to USA Today, on April the 22nd, Trump vowed to suspend national immigration, along with a lot of other stuff he said that would help the nation. But helping the nation is not helping the people of every individual state. And he's waiting for governors to ask for help, which is not what a federal government should do. The Hill on April 25th tells us that Trump denied stimulus checks to spouses of immigrants, which makes no sense. And largely, not a whole lot of people have gotten the stimulus checks he promised. In fact, only 88 million out of the 200 million eligible Americans have gotten those. His checks are largely not working for the economy, even though that was one of the biggest steps he took to help the economy recover. And third, Yahoo Finance on April the 24th tells us that Trump has not showed any interest for the new bill that could give a stimulus check to Americans every month for up to a year, meaning that he is not taking proper initiative to help Americans get through this crisis. And that is what's going to be in Americans' minds during the upcoming presidential election. Now, the second reason why COVID-19 will be the only issue on the 2020 presidential ballot is because President Trump has had a carefree attitude toward COVID-19 until about a month ago, which gave Democrats candidates a chance to gain national popularity and largely to unite the Democratic Party. President Trump has not recognized the national threat, giving the Democratic candidates a chance to largely do that. Boston Globe on April the 25th tells us that Democratic candidates are going so far as to claim President Trump needs to resign, which is one of the biggest steps they've taken so far to destroy the Trump campaign. And that's something that's largely in Americans' minds every day. CNN on April 23rd tells us that Trump is still disregarding science as chaos. He most of the time disagrees with his scientists that he has, and that gives people like Andrew Cuomo and Joe Biden a chance to attack his handling of this disease and further unite their own party. ABC on April 22nd tells us that Trump is now even criticizing GOP governors. That was his united front that was supporting him, and now he's criticizing those GOP governors. And that further gives the Democrats a chance to build up their own campaign and destroy the Republican one. Now, the third reason why COVID-19 will be the only issue on the presidential ballot is because President Trump's inconsistencies in COVID-19 messages, in addition to his carefree attitude that we just talked about, have disrupted what he might have presented as a united GOP front in 2020. Now, he has disagreed with so many people, and according to The Who on April 25th, he is putting national health officials in a bind about how to handle specific issues, and much more of a bind on how to handle the pandemic as a whole. CNN on April the 24th tells us that Trump's cabinet, which are largely GOP because it's his cabinet, have even put together a concerted effort to stop Trump from doing daily briefings. These disagreements every day are breaking down the united front that the GOP had as a chance to win in 2020. Now, why are they attacking his briefings? Well, they recognize the threat that his briefings bring to his credibility because he is largely saying uncredible things during those briefings. Now, according to the Washington Post on April 24th, related to what I said earlier about the injecting disinfectant mess, Trump took back his comments hours after he made them, which reminds us of a lot of stuff that's happened in the past few weeks because he's largely made a comment and then taken it back, right? So that is showing daily inconsistencies in what he views as his successful coronavirus campaign. Well, largely coronavirus will be the one only issue on the 2020 ballot for 3 reasons. First, the national government with the president at the head is not taking initiative to alleviate the crisis. Second, the president had a carefree attitude toward COVID-19 until about a month ago, giving Democratic candidates and governors a chance to build up their own campaign. And third, Trump's inconsistencies in COVID-19 messages have largely broken down his own credibility and largely broken down the united front that the GOP had as a chance to win in 2020. Thank you.